Well, welcome, and welcome again. Welcome everybody to another episode of Real Men Being Men. Welcome to another episode of Real Men Being Men. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this evening. Waiting on everybody to get in with us. They'll be coming in just a few minutes. We'll have everybody that we need here with us in just a few minutes. But we got a couple of topics we're gonna talk about tonight. What we do on Real Men Being Men, we have what we call four square conversation. We have what we call four square conversation, and what that consists of, we have four different topics. We're here from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have four different topics, and we talk about them for 30 minutes apiece. Most of the time, we talk about them for 30 minutes apiece. Sometimes the topic, truth of the matter, sometimes the topic goes over, it extends or overextend, if you will. And we talk about one topic the whole night, depending on how it goes, depending on the flow and how the whole conversation is going. So you're in for a treat tonight. You're in for an absolute treat. And if you want to be a part of the conversation, very simple. All you have to do is give us a call. The phone lines are open. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. The phone lines are open. Or if you even want to be a part of the discussion, if you want to be a part of the discussion itself on the video side, you can definitely just send me a request on Facebook, social media, email it to me at DKM Media Group 1, just the number 1, at gmail.com. And I'll send a link back to you, and you can actually be a part of the conversation as well. So we're wide open tonight. Like I said, I'm waiting on everybody to get in. They should be coming in just a second. They should be getting in here in just a second. So once they do, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to kick this thing off. But we already doing it. You and I. And so if you want to, hold on, I'm multitasking. Y'all bear with me for a second. Oh, I know what I forgot. I did not turn it in. Okay, I got a few things I need to do here. There we go. Now that's much better. Much better. Turn it down, make a few adjustments here or there. And there we go. Okay, good. But let me see where we are. Okay, cool. There we go. Had to make a few adjustments. Y'all bear with me while I get myself prepared here. But this is Real Men Being Men. And let me tell you a little bit about Real Men Being Men while I have you here. While I have a moment. Don't talk about this often. But Real Men Being Men is a show that we started. We started this show 12, 13 years ago. 12, 13 years ago. We have men from all over the globe. We broadcast now. We're being blessed to broadcast in 58 countries. And so because of the fact that we're broadcasting in 58 countries, you see here, broadcasting in 58 countries, man, we're reaching a lot of people. We have a lot of people from across the globe, men that come on board with us and they talk to us about everything that's going on. Not only that, we have some sisters, man. Some of the sisters, they come on and they be a part of the broadcast as well. Yeah, we open up the door for the sisters to come in too. And so if they want to come in, a lot of times they want to come in and just hear hear what we're talking about. They want to hear what we're talking about and what our discussions is, and they want to hear things from a man's point of view. Because a lot of times they don't get to stick their ear in a conversation like this and hear what it is that men talk about when they get together, man mano y mano, if you will. And so this gives them a great opportunity. Let me see. We got somebody. We got somebody. There you go. I told you, I ain't gonna be here by myself long. I told y'all that. We got the brothers. They gonna come in, and we gonna handle this thing. Tucson, and Tucson is from Mississippi. That's where you from. And we got somebody else here with us, Rico. Man, look here, the brother. We coming in. I told y'all, look, you ain't gotta wait long. These brothers, they coming in, and we gonna talk about this stuff. We got Rico, and we got Tucson. Good evening, sir. How y'all doing?
Man, I can't complain, man. What y'all got going on today?
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good. What's that, Rico?
I can't complain, man. How y'all doing?
Hey,
So,
doing good. I'm explaining to everybody what we do here. We got four square conversation. I told them, and I say sometimes we say it's four square conversation. Sometimes it's one square, square, three square. Sometimes if we lucky, we get to all four of the conversations. But a lot of the times we don't get an opportunity to visit all four of the squares because the conversation get a little deeper, a little heavy. But we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off. And Rico, I'm gonna kick it off with you, brother. I'm gonna ask you this first square. We're gonna get into this first square, and Rico, what is, and people say people pick all the time and say something about it, but what is convenient amnesia?
Convenient amnesia. Exactly what you said. You forget exactly what you need to forget at the right point in time. Ain't that convenient? And,
Exactly.
you know how some people say, "Man, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see nothing."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of cops run across that. Police
Mm-hmm.
officers, they when they investigating crimes. And
Mm-hmm.
they see a whole lot of people out there, and they go to ask a question, man, who did this and that? I ain't see nothing.
Man, I ain't seen nothing, man.
You
Bro,
know,
yeah.
if I ain't mistaken, I think that happened on Saturday, son.
Mm-hmm.
If Fred Sanford got amnesia when he was in the hospital, he thought he was supposed to get rich.
Exactly.
He always said, I don't know. Who am I? He got real convenient when he thought somebody was going to come and knock that head off.
He been Joker forgot everything, man.
Man, forgot everything. He ain't think nothing about no lawsuit or nothing. He was like, man, he come to get me. So that it got very convenient for him to forget. You know what I'm saying? Who it was that he could pinpoint at that point in time, man. You know that sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Tucson, what do you say to that, brother? What is convenient amnesia?
Um, is wait a minute. Is when you president and they counting on you to say what's really going on. The
Mm-hmm.
one that was the good at it was Ronald Reagan had a famous saying. I don't recall. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That was his line. And he
Yeah,
used it very
he
well.
did good with it. He went back
Mm-hmm.
to his cowboy days. He didn't remember nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
and that was convenient because he never did have to have an explanation.
mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we got to do this. Now, fellas, we got to do this, man. We're early in the game. It's just us three here, so we gonna talk about this thing. Rico, have you ever had convenient amnesia?
Man, yeah. Man, yo, man, out here when I was doing wrong, man, and I called myself being slick.
Uh-huh.
Then all of a sudden I get confronted with it, man. I don't
Was
know
it?
nothing about that. You know, I mean, you know that when it comes to self-preservation,
Yeah.
man, you'll forget a lot of stuff to keep yourself out of trouble. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so you know, man, yeah, that's almost natural, man.
Exactly.
That people would do that. I was thinking about what Donald said, what Ronald Reagan was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and that actually became a tactic of I ain't gonna just say the Republican Party, you know, because all the politicians probably do it, but I was looking at a couple of investigations that involved Donald Rumsfeld,
Mm-hmm.
and he leaned over to his counsel, come back. I don't recall. I'm like, man, he had to get some counsel to say he didn't recall. Like that's very
Look,
convenient.
look, it made him forget when he leaned over his memory. He left his memory over there when he leaned over and got that counseling. He left his memory right over there. Tucson, have you ever had convenient amnesia, brother? Have you ever been in a situation where I don't think I remember? I don't think I remember. Come on now.
when when it got caught, I didn't remember nothing. As a matter of fact, I forgot how to talk. I
Good
forgot
Lord.
English. Did, didn't didn't remember English or nothing. Just sitting out there dumbfounded. Ain't said a word. Look, and then I had a key saying, "You having a good conversation by yourself."
Exactly. Because they ain't saying.
I ain't gonna
Hey,
say,
Rico, now how in the world did Tucson just say he forgot? Man, see, he had it so bad he forgot English. You can't even speak English no more. Man,
Mm-mm.
that you got it bad when you like that, brother. You can't even
No,
remember English.
no, it's bad then.
It's real bad. It's real bad. But that convenient amnesia, that's actually something, man, that a lot of times, man, like I said, when people get in trouble, find themselves in a situation or predicament, it becomes a tool. It becomes a tool that they use. But it is said, Rico, that somewhere I read it said, "Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not lie. You should always tell the truth."
Mm-hmm.
They even said, I think it was George Washington. They say never told a lie. Now that's a lie within itself that he never told a lie, but that's what they say. And so, how much of this convenient amnesia is straight up and down just lying?
Well, I don't want to say if it's lying rather than denying or
Mm-hmm.
deflecting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like with us being over here in America, we have a lot of complaints, you know, about reparations.
Yeah.
Or you know, and for some reason, when it comes to reparations, people find all types of reasons of for us to not get it, or for it to not be,
Mm-hmm.
something that's past. But
Mm-hmm.
then they get, it seems like they have convenient amnesia when it comes to the Holocaust survivor.
Mm. Come
All the
on.
court judgments that they had, the Japanese prisoners of war,
Mm-hmm.
the one that was in the camps over here. And I mean, just think about it. The United States had a part to play in judgments against Germany or the Nazis to repay the Jews, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't even want to be held accountable for their own atrocities to
Exactly.
this day. And the proof is in the pudding, because if it wasn't something that needed to be addressed, affirmative action would never exist.
Mm-hmm.
Reconstruction would have never existed.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have ever had to have laws, Emancipation Proclamation, or anything. Those things are in history, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very convenient to forget the type of impact that those things could have on generations that came after that,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
knowing that they benefited from it. I mean, that those riches, they call it old money.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't old money, then what is it? Because
Mm-hmm.
and if old money exists, then what's the odds of somebody that look like me having old money?
Exactly. Do you think Rico and I don't know if Tucson is back. I know his camera's on. He might have stepped away for a second. But do you think that America, a certain element of America, want to try to forget about slavery?
Oh yes, yes, yes. I mean, even non-racist white people, they
Mm.
want to forget about it. Black people
Mm-hmm.
want to forget about it. And that's it's I'm gonna say that's pretty much expected.
Mm-hmm.
Most people like to brush up under the rug, sweep up under the rug the things that they did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
don't like being held accountable. They feel like they're being persecuted. You point the finger at me for something I did wrong, and it's embarrassing when you done wrong. Or your history is sort of tainted. Imagine being the grandchild of Adolf Hitler, or being the grandchild of Ted Bundy.
Mm. Yeah.
You know, I mean, some people have no shame in that. George Bush ain't got no shame in who his grandfather is.
Mm-hmm.
On both sides. But in some cases, a lot of people are ashamed of their past, of what their ancestors did and who their ancestors were.
Mm-hmm.
Some of Robert E. Lee ancestors are proud, some aren't. Thomas
Yeah.
Jefferson, same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. It's a lot of embarrassment and shame that comes with it. But
Mm-hmm.
as human beings, we have to understand that if we're going to point at other people's atrocities, we got to look at within our own atrocities and hold ourselves accountable too.
Okay. You said something, Rico, and like I said, I don't know. And Don, if you're there, turn your camera back on, brother. I don't know if you're back or not. But you said something that you said that there's some black people that want to forget about slavery as well. Why do you think that is?
Some think it's holding us back, and
Mm-hmm.
then to some it's just that it angers them.
Mm-hmm.
It angers them. It's a harsh reminder to them too. And I can understand that, because it was at one point in time I can remember when I was younger and I first heard the story of Emmett Till, and then I
Mm-hmm.
heard my grandmama told me about things that she had gone through that made me look at her a little different. Like, man, you went through that when you was a little girl. It was a reality check that, hey, she was 8 years old or 10 years old at one point in time. And
Mm-hmm.
guess what happened to me at this young age? That's what this white man did to me, and told me that wasn't nobody gonna believe me, and there wasn't nothing I could do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I can remember hearing those stories, man, and watching Eyes on the Prize and going to school the next day. When I was going
Mm-hmm.
to that majority white school,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
woman smoke.
Mm.
Wanted smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Yeah.
it got to a point where I started realizing certain things that they were saying, I wouldn't allow them to say anymore, because I knew then that they understood they were being funny, but some of the people that looked like me didn't understand that they were being subliminally
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's mainly it can be an anger issue. The reason why most of them want to forget about it, because they'll lose their cool, and then actually might take it out on some people that don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Tucson, we're talking about slavery right now and convenient amnesia. We're talking about, is there an element in America that really want to forget, have convenient amnesia and forget that slavery existed? What do you say to that?
Man, you almost made me say something because it's not a it's not amnesia. They just hmm. I don't know if they're almost to the
Got
point
to do something
that
thinking. Got to do something thinking tonight.
no, because see, some of their kids look at them different,
Mm-hmm.
and in almost disbelief to the point where they don't believe that their parents or their grandparents carried on like that,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
had that much hate
Yeah.
for people
Mm-hmm.
like they did, because now they have to look at. I got at least worked with a couple of people that you knew that they were kind of disfavored towards blacks, African
Mm-hmm.
Americans, whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
say.
Mm-hmm.
But then their daughters had black boyfriends.
Yeah.
How did that work out for them? How you think?
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of them in the store in Walmart, and here he go, and I knew how he was because he was supervisor, one of them old supervisors that, when he was coming up, he'll talk to you crazy, and talk to
Mm-hmm.
some people crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here he is after 20 years. His child finally grew up, and guess who he had on his side?
Mm.
His grandchild,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that little
Yeah.
little baby with curly hair
Yes, sir. Come on.
and tan skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now look, here's the thing. He loved that little child,
Yeah.
but 20 years ago, I remember one of them said this like this. They just want something for nothing. Them people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now here he is, 20 years later, with one of them them people, and he
Wow.
trying to find some
Wow.
groceries for him.
Mm-hmm.
Time change on people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're not forgetful. It's
Mm-hmm.
not it's not that. It's they wanna kind of push it to the side like it never happened,
Mm-hmm.
because now they have to face reality that uh they're them people
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that
And
acted certain ways that's really was almost inhumane.
wow. 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 Rico, talk to me, brother. That's good. That's good.
See, it was despicable and shameful.
Yeah,
Really and truly, what it boils down to is the main reason why they are in denial because they're ashamed.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
The ones that don't wish that we could go back to those days, that want to go back to making America great again,
Come
the
on.
good old days. Back in the day, we used to take them out back and take them outside and do this and that. You got a few of them that want to go back to that. They probably them that stormed the Capitol. But
Mm-hmm.
for the
Yes, sir.
most part, they are in denial because it's a shame. See, they go to other countries and bomb them back to the Stone Ages for those same reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Mistreatment, what they call it, human rights violations.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these, they stick their nose in everybody else's business. You need to come up, right, raise yourself up to America's standards.
Mm-hmm.
But they shame, and the grandkids are ashamed of them.
Yeah.
That's why after so long, you can only brag about bombing that 16th Street Baptist Church for so long before a grandchild say,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
granddad, I used to like to sit on your lap and I used to like to play with you, but it used to make me feel a little funny and cringe when you used to say some of this racist stuff. But now, as I get older and every year come Black History Month, I see this little picture of these 4 little girls that you so
Mm-hmm.
proud of killing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come here. We
Mm.
finna get you some justice before you leave up out of here.
Yeah.
Look, y'all come on out here to Texas and get him. He ran.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
left. Come get him. That was despicable. It was
Mm-hmm.
shameful. And a lot of people still got body parts and souvenirs and old treasure and old chests from their relatives that they got put up. Some of them don't know where they came from. I remember I seen the chairs and stuff with the black people's hair in them.
Wow.
You remember the cushions and stuff they had?
Yeah.
They talking about. I'm like, man, are the pictures you seen of the white people with their feet on the little black kids' back like they was a footstool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So much despicable treatment. You treated them like a piece of furniture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, a lot of shame in that because good old USA and the Constitution that represents the USA doesn't supposed to stand for that. That wasn't supposed to be represented. That wasn't
Exactly.
supposed to be acceptable. That wasn't supposed to be an American standard, but it was. And America wouldn't be where it is now if they didn't do that.
Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Tucson, I saw you smile over there, brother. What's on your heart? Tucson, unmute, brother.
I'm trying.
There you go.
Me and my did I do it again?
No, you good. You good. No, yeah, you did. Touch it again. There you go. There you go.
Look, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. So just imagine now this pastor or deacon, a choir member, or
Mm-hmm.
judge, or retired police officer, and they watching an old uh historical moment, and they say, "Papa, that's you."
Mm. Mm. Wow.
being being hateful
Mm-hmm.
and like I say, inhumane,
Yeah.
spitting on people,
Mm.
and you got, oh, is that Papa? Is that you with that dog?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talking about um you nigger,
Mm-hmm.
you can't eat in this. You got to go to the back.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
see this thing is not much older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
The civil rights movement, the segregation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's Please. not. It's about my age
Mm-hmm.
when all of these things is going on. So now here you are. You are now. Uh, let's see. Okay, maybe perhaps you're 70 or 75, and you
Mm-hmm.
got grandchildren and grandchildren, great grandchildren, and y'all sitting there for you bringing your. You're probably getting there, and you're getting your Christmas gifts and all of this stuff. They still got some remnants of that, and it's February, and they're starting to show these things that happen. Uh, this, this. You know what went on. I
Yeah.
mean, we
Yeah.
all know what went on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But think now, 1964. That's when I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kennedy, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, right around in that area, these things had just happened
Mm-hmm.
when I came along.
Yeah.
So think about people that were 10, 15, 20 years older than me,
What they saw.
what they saw. What
Mm-hmm.
not only what they saw, Brahim,
What they
what they
experienced.
were involved in,
Yeah. What they experienced. Absolutely. Absolutely.
what they caused.
Mm-hmm.
They would be the ones that if somebody was hung at that time, they was the one that was hanging them.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
You talking about trying? What did you say? That selective amnesia?
Inconvenient amnesia.
Yeah, inconvenient amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the finger is pointed at you now,
Yeah.
and the things that you was once proud of, you got to hold your head in shame
Mm-hmm.
because you don't even believe in this type of society right now that you were like that.
Wow.
Ain't
But
that
real,
something?
reality is, Rico, what's on your heart? We got Cornelius on the phone line. I'm gonna go to Cornelius in just 1 second. But what's on your heart, brother?
See, it's almost like the judge kept telling you that you're guilty.
Mm-hmm.
All eyes on you. You did that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, can you imagine that? You know, I heard when he said that about Pawpaw. Was that you holding that dog, calling out the N word?
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
this? Meemaw. Was
Mm.
that you at that school yelling at them little girls,
Yeah. Yeah.
trying to walk into the elementary school? Was that you with all that hate in your eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Was that you kissing that man after they found him innocent of killing Emmett Till? Tongue kissing him, giving
Mm.
PDA? Come on, Grandma. I thought you was a sweet old lady. I thought you was from the Southern hospitality era. You know,
Mm.
I mean, so that's man, that shame and guilt that will bring about convenient amnesia. Not just with them. I mean, that's with anybody. With anybody. I mean, I'm pretty sure any molester that gets called out for look at those Catholic priests, Sandusky, Speaker of the House, Hastert. All these different people got called out after years of being a wrestling coach. You molested the guy that you coach. Boy Scout, you getting your finger pointed at you. You got that convenient amnesia because I don't recall all that happening. Why are you so mad? I remember one black guy, I think he was in New York or Pennsylvania somewhere. He went back and killed the Catholic priest.
Yeah. I saw that
molested him. I mean, a lot of people think that the trauma that they caused was forgotten. Like Donald said, man, people that was born 15 years before him, man, they were living in terror. They were traumatized. They seen great people mowed down, killed like animals, and it was known worldwide, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. These people didn't do nothing wrong. People killed that we know now today that they say everybody should live in the words of Martin Luther King. The same people said that he was a communist.
Wow.
I mean, that's that convenient amnesia. They forget how they treat that man, how they treated him. Now they want to praise him. Even the white people, even the Republicans right now that don't want to give black people nothing, have the nerve to blaspheme his speeches and his words because they got convenient amnesia. Wow. They forget about Martin Luther King when it's time to vote for certain things, though.
And they still haven't passed the bill that what's the name of the brother that just passed not too long ago, man? He
Lewis.
Yep. They still won't pass. And Lewis walked. He walked with King and all kind of stuff, man. But they still won't pass the bill that he had. That's pretty much tied in with the same thing that King marched for. A lot of the same things, man. Just want equal rights, man. Equal rights across the board. Cornelius, good evening, sir. How you doing this evening?
All is well, my brother.
Hey,
how about you?
Yeah, doing good. We're ready to go to our second topic, but I wanted to see that you have any spill on this. We're talking about convenient amnesia. What is convenient amnesia? And have you ever had convenient amnesia?
Yeah, I deal with it all the time because I try not to. Some things I try not to remember of my past.
Yes, sir.
Because some of the things I've done, I don't want to. Since now that I'm saved, I know the difference between being convicted and feeling condemnation. And if you bring those things up in your past, then you will feel condemned for the things that you've done.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't want to constantly have those things held over your head, because if God is able to forgive you for that stuff, then you need to forgive yourself for it.
Yeah.
But if you could want to have that, constantly hold that over your head, then you're in trouble. So it's better to let it go. Because I know you said convenience. Now you have some people that just want to forget stuff just to get away from it, or to be like, I don't know what you're talking about here. Here's a convenient amnesia. Some joker borrow money from you. Now they know they'll chase you down, man. Can I borrow this money?
Yeah.
But then when it's time to give it back, oh, I forgot I owe you that. So now you know you borrowed some money from me. Come on, now really?
Exactly.
Now you got convenient amnesia. Come
on,
Cornelius,
you try to stall them out and tell them to call me back at such and such time. They call you back on the dot. They remember everything. You said we call you back.
Yeah.
3/21 Thursday.
Hey, I want this money. Can you loan me this money? Can you loan me this money?
Yeah.
They chase you down. But when it's time to pay it back, you don't hear nothing.
Exactly.
Oh, you forgot.
Crickets.
Come on, man. That's convenient amnesia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, you pull one out the basket that time.
That's the best one. That's the best example, man. I mean, they will remember your payday. Yeah, I remember when you said you got that settlement 4 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You said you got $75,000. Now wait a minute. How do you remember what I got for my settlement 4 years ago?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, you owe me $15 for 3 weeks ago that you bid me for. Oh man, I forgot all about that.
Look, and look here. And they give it back to you, and they ain't gonna give it back to you as cheerfully as they received it from you. Here, man, here go you look $20, man. Here go you look $20, man. You what bugging me about the little $20? Here go you look $20, man.
Here go you little $20.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Another thing about that is they give it back to you 2 weeks before they need it again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, like you don't forgot what you just had to go through. They got convenient amnesia again. Hey, I hate to bother you again.
Yeah. I'll tell a joke in a minute, man. Hey, you got bad credit, bro. Your credit is bad, man. You can't get no money on your credit is real bad. Let's move on to our next topic. I'm gonna go with Tucson on this right here. We're gonna start this off with you, Tucson. And I need to hear your whole heart on this right here, brother. I need to hear your whole heart. You ready?
Yeah.
What is the hardest thing? What is the hardest thing to explain to a woman?
Lord have mercy, she talked too much.
You might not say that. You better not say that, Tucson. Lord Jesus, you better not say that. Lord Jesus. 508-924-3521. 508-924.
Come on, man. You passing me up. I done got you in trouble. You don't want to admit you're in denial. All of a sudden, you got amnesia, selective
Convenient amnesia. Exactly.
It's convenient. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Now y'all know. I mean, why can't the conversation be simple?
That Tucson don't care what he say. That Tucson, you don't care what he say. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, Raheem, like, go ahead, hang yourself. Go ahead.
I tried to say it 3 times. I'm trying to say it. Gave the phone number and everything. That's usually the cue. But hey, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You got it.
You on the ledge, jump. You know, right? I mean, look, you want to have a simple conversation, and then not only is it goes on too long, it's at the wrong time.
During the football game.
Yeah. I think, right at not at halftime. When the game is in the heat of the game. Here, I need to talk to you about this. And then not only that, let me go a little further. I'm on the ledge now. I might as well jump all the way off.
Geronimo, brother. Geronimo, go ahead.
It has no significance whatsoever.
Lord Jesus. Hey, I'm gonna show you something now. Rico, I'm gonna put this on the screen. We're gonna move on from this song. We're gonna give him a chance to recover himself. But these 2 comments I'm going to put up here came from females. I'm not gonna say who it is. If they want to call in, they can. But this is the first one right here. No, you didn't ask that question. Okay. And this is the one. Oh, what was the question? And it said what is good. And look at there's another one here, so it ain't came through yet. There's another that's real good, but it ain't came through yet. So it might come through in a second. But Rico, what is the hardest thing to explain to a woman?
Man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and spill the beans, man. You know how every now and then you get.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
I think I'm finna change my life. I'm tired of having all this fornication. I don't want to have sex no more.
Y'all joking, man. Lord. I gotta go to Cornelius. Cornelius gotta bring some spirituality back in this thing, because I don't know where y'all going right now. Lord, I can't wait to get to Cornelius. Lord, Cornelius, you gotta save us, brother. I'm coming to you in a minute. This dude talking about the girl got some twang. Cornelius, you can't see what he's smelling the twang and all kind of things. He's saying the girl got a twang. Lord, Cornelius, come on, brother.
Oh,
Cornelius, we need your help right now, brother. We get us back on track. Cornelius, we need your help, brother. You know, a elder. I'm not even gonna say you're the elder. We need your help, brother. What?
Oh man.
What? Look, I'm calling on elder
You
right now.
know,
I ain't even gonna say Cornelius. I'm gonna say elder. We need your elder. Elder, we need your help.
yes, sir.
Look at
You know, man, I was just sitting up here laughing.
you. Can't be
I was
laughing,
just cracking
man.
up. I was laughing when my man said the first time when he said that it's hard to tell a woman she talks too much. You know, that I just bust out laughing because I was thinking about I was thinking about this with my wife, man. She gets so frustrated, she be going too, boy. And I just shut up and just listen.
Hey,
But sometimes I be wanting to tell her, calm down, girl. It's gonna be all right.
now,
But you know, one of the biggest things though, what did you about to say, Ryan?
no, go ahead, brother. I'm staying out of this. And go ahead, brother. You already getting in trouble, you know. Cause
Yeah, yeah.
I know your wife, brother. You better.
I know.
All right, okay now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Her
Don't you
job
listen
gets
to
her,
Tucson.
man. One thing about her job gets her frustrated, man, and she be going in and she just want to vent to me, and she be going too, and I just shut up. I don't even interrupt. I just let her go.
Now.
And then she ended with like, am I getting over emotional? She said, "You my husband. Tell me the truth." I'll be like, it's okay, dude. Just hang on in there. It's gonna be all right. So I use wisdom with that, man. I don't go there. But yeah, one of the biggest things is the hardest thing to tell a woman that she gained weight. To me,
Okay.
you know, put on too many pounds.
Yeah.
You know, because women are too sensitive about that, or talk about something when they're dealing with their clothing or something to that aspect, especially when women love to dress up to how they like to dress up. So that's how I would say the hardest thing is, you know, especially if women like to wear tight things, you know. You want to tell her, hey, that's too tight.
Yeah.
You know, that's only made for me. It ain't made for nobody else now, you know. So these are the different things I would say.
You can wear it, but you can't go out. But you ain't going out that door with it on. You can wear it, but you ain't going out that door with it on. I tell you that. Tucson, come on, Tucson. Here we go. Rico, put your seatbelt on, brother. Here we go.
No,
Go ahead.
man, I'm gonna try to bring back. I don't know how to do it, but you know what I found out? Don't you ever go to the store and buy them any clothes.
Yeah.
They're gonna either be too big or too small. If they're too big, that's one signal. And Lord have mercy, if their size are too small. And they try to fit it anyway. And then they come out and they prancing across the floor and they looking like, and you like in the back of your head. The hardest thing to say is, you look a mess.
Boy, this look. We might have shit. Oh Lord, my daughter done chimed in on this one here. But let me tell you something, man. Maybe we should have took the night off, man. I'm just.
Hey, we just real men being men. The truth is the truth.
You shouldn't ask me.
The truth is the truth.
Look, and then that's the following thing. If you didn't want to know the truth, you shouldn't ask me.
Go ahead, Rico. Go
ahead. Don't let baby girl chime in, man. Don't let her come in, man.
No. Exactly.
Now, I can say for the most part, if a woman asks you how she look in some clothes or something like that, she'll probably appreciate your opinion because she don't want to go out looking like no fool. But the thing is sometimes a woman won't ask her. She got friends. You know, women got this solidarity thing. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you should feel comfortable in your skin and whatever you want to wear. Knowing good and well, they don't make all that for everybody. Some of the stuff you see Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion wear, everybody ain't supposed to be wearing. And somebody needs to tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to do that. And, you know, on the serious tip, actually, when Cornelia said that was one of the things I was thinking about is you it's really hard to tell a woman that she's gaining weight. You know, I mean, man, it's even hard to throw some hints, man. You know, I mean, I know quite a few. And I get them, I tell them every now and then, hey, you ought to go walking with me sometime, man. You'll feel good. Oh, you trying to call me fat? Oh, Rick, I'm like, oh, no, that ain't what I mean. I'm just saying for health reasons.
Yeah. Get your heart to populate, pupillate. Yeah.
You just don't know how good it does to get this vitamin D, this natural air, and the sun for the coronavirus, man. The whole time I'm looking at them on them wings. I'm like, man, she's gaining weight. Man, Mid says and poking, she's still trying to wear them tights. And you know, good well, we be out in public all the time and see a woman in them tights and be like, nah, she know them yoga pants ain't meant for everybody. They'll put them on anyway, though. So I mean, yeah, it's hard to tell a woman that though, because there's something wrong with you if you don't accept them the way that they are. When really and truly we have to accept that some things aren't meant for everybody.
Lord Jesus. Cornelius, come on, bring us back home, brother. Bring us back home. Put our legs up under us, brother. Help us out. Oh no, Cornelius went left on us too the last time, though.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Hey, man, but that's real though, because one of the biggest things is, man, is that when you trying to hint around to about gaining weight, man, with the woman, man, she don't. And my wife has one of them slick mouths, doc. She say, but she gets slick on you, doc. I mean, you know how women they know how to get smart.
Yeah.
They'll come back at you real quick. Exactly. Then next thing you know, you come at them. Next thing you know, you argument.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's better to just sometimes it's better to leave things alone and just and let it ride it all out. And that's the hardest thing. I'm still gonna stick with it, right? To me, the hardest thing is telling a woman that she has gained weight. And I've done that a couple of times. I tried my little thing, and now that I done put a couple pounds on, I really ain't saying nothing. So I'm really shutting up. So it's just one of those things, man. You just like, oh well, because he'll come back at you real quick and talk about you too. So it's just better to just leave things be.
But look at, let me ask you this: if that's your first one, what's your second on the list? What's the second hardest thing to tell a woman? To explain to a woman, what's the second hardest, Cornelius? Oh Lord,
I can't pay this bill for this month. I can't pay this light bill or this car rent or this rent or put money. Nah, that's the second hard thing, because that's one thing about women. They want to know that they are well taken care of. They ain't got to worry about the bills. And if you short on that money, well, what happened, man? You know, the hardest thing is to tell a woman you can't pay this bill for this month, or put gas, and when they need gas in the car, or I don't feel like getting up, taking out the trash, or washing this, whatever the case may be. When they looking for something for you to do something around that house, or whatever the case may be, they ain't trying to hear that. So that's the hardest thing to me. The second thing is that you can't pay these bills for that month. So.
Okay. Hey, look here. Now we about to get something now. We about to get something now. Boy, look at him. Carlos.
Where's
that right?
Carlos.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, sir. I need to ask you a question, man. And I need to hear your whole heart on this right here. And I want you to come 100. This is like Rico said, this is real men being men. Real men being men now. Okay? So what I need to know is, what is the hardest thing to explain to a woman? What is the hardest thing to explain to a woman? What do you say to that?
Ooh. Yeah.
I ain't never.
I'm thinking. I'm just off the top of my head. It may not make no sense, but first thing I think, temptation. I think is a big one.
That's a hard thing to explain to a woman. Why you say that? Explain that to me.
Well, I think we don't think society seems to make us think that temptation is not the same thing for a woman that it is for a man. That is not necessarily true, but that you could see someone else, and be attracted to her or whatever, that you would look, because some women don't want you to look at anybody else. To see, if the lady just comes into your face, get you hide real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? See,
You're supposed to be blind.
So I think that would be a big one to help them to understand that well, we can't help what comes across our face. We can help what we put in front of our face, but we can't help across that. And temptation is a little hard. I think temptation is harder for guys, I think, than women. I think really is, yeah.
I don't know, brother. That's
okay.
That's kind of tough. Rico, he moving in the seat over there, brother. What's on your heart?
I don't know. I think it might be harder for women because it's easier for women to get a man. I mean, I always said you can you can put a man butt naked on a 4-lane highway and somebody gonna call the police on him. But you put a woman out there, and there's gonna be some men gonna try to pick her up. They gonna want to try something. They don't care how crazy she is. She can be out there butt naked, acting crazy. Somebody gonna pull up and see if they can get her to act right just for a little while. I mean, so I think it's a lot easier, but I think it's hard to tell a woman that you might not be as attracted to her as you used to be.
Wow.
Because with that weight gain, it can be some things that really just start turning you off. Even if it's just even if it's your wife, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, maybe she's getting too big. And so that's why you have to be, transparent and honest, because it would be sad for you to let her think that everything is okay when really and truly you may have been able to motivate her to not get unattractive to you. Because 9 times out of 10, if she respects, she want to remain attractive to you. That's the same thing with us. If we don't take the woman for granted, hopefully we still try to keep looking good or doing the things that we did that got them to look at us. So, I think that's hard to do, is telling somebody that, okay, I ain't attracted to you anymore.
Wow. That's a serious fork in the road right there, though. That's a serious fork in the road when you have to get to a place where you have to have a conversation like that. Tucson, what's on your heart? We got somebody on the phone line. Ready to go to the phone line right after you. What's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, the conversation starts getting serious now.
Yeah.
Because there are some things that we have to face in life. That's reality. Let me share something what I thought about when Rico said that. Because this is Christian broadcast, and there are a lot of Christians that's watching, and not only that, they're the women and men, and we the hardest thing sometimes to tell a person is what you got on ain't churchy. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to have this image, but instead of us, and now take it for what it's worth, but we look, and if we be honest, we can't tell whether sometimes they just come out the club. And they doing the message for the morning.
Wow. Up in front of the folks.
I'm just saying. Matter of fact, I'll say something that I posted on the chat that we're having between ourselves. Babe, can you imagine me saying, babe, that hair is too long. You don't look like Beyonce.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? Your lashes is kind of, can you imagine you saying that? That they're cute. I mean, I'm talking about they're cute.
Yeah.
But they're cute more for the world than they are to go to Sunday morning meeting. That's a hard thing to say. Now you finna get rebuked in the name of Jesus.
Now, what do you say what do you say when they say, well, you now you're judging me, and the word says to come as you are.
Yeah, well,
long eyelashes and all. Go ahead now.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. But I'm sorry. No, I'm serious though. I'm serious. But can you imagine the messenger for the morning and her cleavage is out?
Mm. Wow. Wow. Okay.
What you gonna hear about salvation when you look in that chest?
When you're distracted.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think we got a couple of young ladies on the phone. I think 5561 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Sorry.
561 area code. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. This is Sister Grace. How are you?
Hey, Sister Grace, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I have just tuned in, and what is your topic? I assume it has to do with dress and Christianity.
No, what we're talking about right now is what is the hardest thing to explain to a woman? What is the hardest thing to explain to a woman? Well, we're gonna flip it with y'all ladies and say, what is the hardest thing for y'all to explain to us as men? What is the hardest thing for y'all to explain to us?
That we have needs that most men don't even think about nor care about. Most of them simply take us for granted.
Mm,
We don't need downtime. Uh, we don't need time and fellowship with other ladies. Sometimes when they have friendships um, with other people, the man will close them down. Or if they're displaying a talent, um, they don't like that. In other words, it's kind of like they put a circle around them. They are selfish. I
mm-hmm,
can remember being in one state and the lady had a very thriving um, beauty supply store that uh, all the African American women could come and get supplies, and that was the only one within 40 miles.
mm-hmm.
But her husband could not stand it, and so he closed her down, and everybody
Wow.
was very disappointed because it meant that they had to drive 40 miles to get supplies. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying?
mm-hmm.
So that he was not sensitive to her talent. She had good business talent. The store was well stocked. They had the latest products, but it's a kind of selfishness and
Mm,
a lack of awareness of what they really know about our needs.
mm,
I heard someone say a while ago about women getting fat. One of the reasons they get fat is because they don't have time to stay slim and trim the way they were before they married, because they didn't have the responsibilities that they have now.
mm-hmm,
They have a full time job, they have the children, they have the house, they have him,
mm-hmm.
and she doesn't have time to work out. And as a result, uh, she puts on weight, and he dumps on her for doing that, which causes her to get even bigger. She puts on more weight because she is hurt that he is beating up on her verbally. So that um, food is the only thing, is the closest thing to compassion,
Mm,
and so she just puts on weight. I saw one evangelist on TV one time saying that his wife had gained so much weight, he went through her closet and dumped out everything that she couldn't wear. He said, when I married her, she was an 8.
mm-hmm.
Now she's an 18. And
Ooh.
I said, you know what? If this brother had come back home after the service, they need to come and get him, okay?
Mm.
He would need EMS care. I mean, right then. You see what I'm saying? Because this lady had a family.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when men come home from work, they get in the recliner chair. They let it back. They try to read the paper, drink iced tea, whatever, and then they go to sleep. The lady's trying to get the dinner on. She's trying to get the children ready for bed. She's trying to help them with the homework. She got to clean up the kitchen and the house and get herself together and then go to bed. It's after 11 o'clock and she's back up again at 5 in the morning.
Mm.
That is too much on one person because she has not had enough help, enough input from him. He could get the children ready for bed. He could read them bedtime stories. He could help them with the homework. He could do all this while she's doing those other things. And he could also keep them and help her while she goes to the gym to work out.
Yes,
But
good.
usually that stops once they get married because they don't have time. So my point is insensitivity of not really realizing all of the things that a lady has to do, and he just works and comes home, and that's it, and that's a very sad situation, but that is reality.
Good deal. Good deal. Man, she bought it that time. You got women on here giving you hand claps and high fives and running around in circles and all kind of things, boy.
Thank you so much.
Good
Thank you
Lord.
so much.
Hallelujah, and
Run it
thank you,
down, Grace.
Jesus.
Run it down.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got a 404 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Annie Barber, Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey Annie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Miss Annie, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
And
Good to be here.
good to have you. Definitely good to have you. I'm gonna switch the question up like I did with Miss Grace. What is the hardest thing for you all ladies to explain to us as men? What is the hardest thing to explain to us?
I think men get to keep their friends for a lifetime, and women mostly don't.
Mm.
That's right.
And
That's
that
right.
can bring chaos too. That can bring chaos because a lot of times, just like Aunt Grace said, ladies are busy with the home and the family, and men do have downtime, and they get to socialize more with their male friends than ladies do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good. That's good. Rico,
And they don't want to cut ties. They don't want to cut ties.
absolutely good deal. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, I think that's true, man. I think to be honest with you, I think on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I think that understanding the roles that each one plays in the household sort of gets confused, and sometimes that might be what causes a lot of separation. Is because that it's hard for I ain't gonna say it's hard, but neither one are very sensitive to
Mm-hmm.
everything that the other one has to go through. You know, most men don't understand how hard it is to run behind children all day at home. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but
Thank
now
you.
when those children go to school though, that's a different story. But now when they get out of school, it's still a whole nother story thing that has to be done. But now same time with men, when men get off work, sometimes they might have to go right to coaching or taking children to practice. I mean, you know, so that comes with having a family. But I think I had a conversation with a woman one time that told me that it was best to fake it with a man.
Mm. Mm.
And you know, we talking about, you know, we talking about the Wayne Dang Doodle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
A woman said that she talked to other men and our egos felt like it was better to be fooled that we still had it like we had it, and believing that we still got it going on when really and truly we're not doing what we used to do. So they're
Mm.
doing a lot of faking. And in the midst of that conversation, we started arguing because I told her once again, like I said earlier, you got to keep it real and at least be honest and have these conversations, because if you don't tell a man that he's lacking and he's not putting forth the effort, whether it's in the bed or in the relationship period, and you making him think, oh, you the best, he ain't gonna think he got to do any too much more. He
Mm-hmm.
gonna think, oh, that's all I got to do. So you gotta let the man know, look, man, you ain't holding up your end of the bargain. You're falling off. You're dropping off. That's
Mm-hmm.
in all the ways throughout the relationship. And so I think women have to also understand the same thing from a man. When a man says, hey, baby, you ain't keeping yourself up like you used to. You used to
Mm-hmm.
dress up. Now when you go outside, you got your cap on.
Yeah.
You're wearing moo-moos. You know, when I used to see you, it's just in a roundabout way, you still was always in public looking respectful. But now you want to come out in your night clothes. You want
Mm-hmm.
to drag your feet
Yeah.
around. I mean, so you know, it has to be a conversation had, you know, to make sure that you keep everything desirable.
Now, did you say drag your feet around like the grandma walk? That what you talking about when she?
Oh man, you see, I see them, man. They be young, man. They be young, man, and they sliding them feet around up, and you know, I'm like, so I mean, you know, but like I said, it's best to be honest and tell a person that the eyelashes. I saw a woman in the grocery store yesterday. I ain't gonna say a woman, young girl. Man, them eyelashes had to be that long, man.
They're waving at you. Yeah, they're waving at you. Let me go. We're going to switch it up, y'all. We're going to go to our next topic, and we're doing pretty good today. And the phone lines are open. If anybody want to be a part of the conversation, give us a call at 508-924-3521. Young ladies, I hear y'all talking in the background. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. You want to be a part of the conversation? We definitely love to have you. Let me start this off with Cornelius. Cornelius, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now everybody have their own personal view on how they're going to take this and how they're going to handle this. But this is a simple question. You have a choice. You have a choice right now. You could get $100,000 cash today, or $3 million in 2 years. What should you select?
Wow. Well, with my mindset now today as a 50-year-old man, I want to go for the 3 million in a couple of years. You know, because just like right now, I work for an employee-owned company, so we got this thing called ESOP, and after 7 years, I'm 100% in, and within the next 10 to 15 years, I retire. I'm looking at maybe $500,000 in my retirement. That's just a speculation, but that's what looking towards the future.
Okay.
But right now, I'm looking like right now, I'm thinking about trying to find me a job. I'm not going to. Then I'm thinking about going to another job. They could pay maybe over $20-something an hour. So now it's like, okay, which one should I do? You know, should I move on to make more money now, or should I just wait it out and go and try to wait for the ESOP? So it lines up to what this question is. So right now, that's my dilemma right now at this moment, because I'm literally thinking I'm trying to find me another job and going to moving on to making more money.
Yeah.
But you know, in the future, you're looking at something that way you could sit back on in the next 10, 15 years on and retire. So, and that's something that where as you and when you get older, you're looking for stability now. See, as a young person, it ain't about stability; it's about right now.
Exactly.
You know, and we in this time and day that we're living in a microwavable society. Everybody wants things like right now. You think about, like, if you look at the sports ranks, you look at the NBA, you see a lot of these kids, they go one and done in college, and next thing you know, they're chasing the millions, and you got some that's coming straight out of high school that's good enough to go to the G League, and the G League paying them $100,000 off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight out of high school instead of going to get a college education. They want their money right now. So this is where you is, but they're young, so they're looking at that money. They're taking their skills and then maybe that's the avenue they get to the NBA. You know, so, and that's what I'm saying, man. But for me, as an older gentleman, I'm looking for stability now. Instead of looking for the right now fix. So that's how I want to answer that question.
Carlos, $100,000 today, or $3 million in 2 years. What you taking?
Well, I could probably argue for both of them. So if I did I probably would go with the 3 million. Yeah, if I knew it was somebody gonna give me $3 million in 2 years.
Yes, gotta wait 2 years to get.
Yeah, I think I would go with that, because that's enough to keep you hopeful and healthy for 2 years, waiting on it. You see what I'm saying? You got something to look forward to.
Okay, let's stir it up just a little bit. Okay. What if you're in a situation where you absolutely need money right now? Your family's in a situation, and there's all kind of things going on. You need that money. You need money right now. You know, you can't wait 2 years. But you know that if you do wait 2 years, you got $3 million coming to you. But your family's in a situation right now. What do?
Yeah, I think that makes a different scenario right then. So yeah, I would go with the 100,000 then. If I need the money right now, And
Yeah.
if a lot of things could really mess up if I didn't have the money, you know, I think I would go with the 100,000 right now.
Okay, Rico, I'm gonna change it up a little bit like this. I'm gonna present it this way, and I think this is gonna make more sense. You have a settlement that's coming. You have a settlement that's coming, and they say on this date, and on this date, 2 years from now, we're going to write you a check. A firm come to you, they say, look here, we're gonna give you $100,000 right now because I know you're in a situation, man. You know your family's in a real bad situation. You got all these bills and everything that you have to take care of. We'll write you a check right now for $100,000, but we're gonna keep that money that's coming to you. We're gonna keep that. What do you do?
Actually, I'm still gonna this is the way I'm gonna think about it. Because tomorrow ain't guaranteed. But at the same time, you know, we work and put into retirement with the, possibility of living to be able to collect that retirement. We invest in all kind of things, you know, for the road, on down the road. So if I didn't have some type of logical plan in place to make that 100,000 turn into 3 million, then I would have to think about what type of sacrifice I could make for 2 years. I mean, you might need it right now, but can you survive for 2 more years? Can you hang on for 2 more years to get this 3 million and you never have to go through this again? You might have to do without TV for 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might not have cable. You might have to just get by with the basic necessities. But if you figure you can wait for 2 years to get that 3 million, then I probably would. It depends on how much me and the family could sacrifice, for the long run, because really and truly everything that you do is for a sacrifice for the on down the road. Logically, it is. So yeah, if I didn't have an idea to turn that 100,000 into 3 million within 2 years, then I'm gonna sit down with my family and see, look, man, can we hold back on some of this eating out? We're gonna, we're gonna get down to the basics a little bit. We might look a little dusty, People might talk about it because we ain't eating out, but we're gonna conserve. We're gonna be very smart. We're gonna be smart spenders, and we're gonna survive. We ain't gonna have all the name brand shoes, or we're gonna take care of what we got better, But in 2 years, when we get this $3 million, so yeah, it depends. It depends, man.
Now always got a monkey wrench to throw it in the equation. What if there's a medical situation that's going on in your family and the surgery insurance is not going to take care of it? It's going to cost $30,000 to take care of this surgery that have to be done immediately.
Oh, that's easy, man. I mean, it ain't money over everything. Life come first.
Yeah,
that's easy for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if anybody knows me, man, I ain't fixing to sit back and think about the money first. I'm thinking about the life.
That's good. That's good. I think we have another call. 601 area code. 601 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Rosalind.
Rosalind, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Rosalind, I gotta ask you this question. Now, $100,000 today, or $3 million in 2 years. You're in a situation where your family really need that money. You really need money right now, though. 2 years, it's a rough option. What do you do?
Logically thinking, I probably just use the bank money to get money, right? I'm gonna wait on that 3 mil. I'm trying to set some stuff up for my daughter. I'm always thinking about my baby, so I can maneuver and wait those 2 years. Probably use my little credit, and get some stuff, and probably take out equity in my house.
What if your credit score?
I'm gonna wait on the thing.
What if your credit?
I'm gonna wait on that.
What if your credit score is What if your credit score is 275? What if your credit score is 275?
Oh no, we got I don't know about that one. 275.
Yeah, you
ain't. Oh no.
You ain't getting now loan at $275. They ain't even gonna give you a candy bar.
No, they only give you one of those little dump pop things.
She can't even slide with a penny at the gas station with that. They ain't letting her get by with that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm thinking about my daughter, so if I can set some stuff up for her, I'll wait on that money.
Okay. Miss Grace, what do you say about that? You got $100,000 today or $3 million? $3 million in 2 years. What do you do?
$3 million without exception, because you're not going to stop at that. Somebody's going to help you along the way. Resource organizations, family members, friends, whatever, another job, whatever. But $3 million would put you in a sufficient position to take care of your family from now on, and especially to educate your children, which is what most people don't do, especially in the AA culture. They do not prepare to educate their children, but this would help them, you see? So I would go $3 million without exception.
Okay. And I'll read that from Rico.
What about all the businesses you can start with the 100,000 to make way more than $3 million?
Exactly.
And I thought about that same thing, but what's the odds of starting a business with 100,000 that will make $3 million in 2 years? You know, so I mean, you remember I said that earlier. If I had a business plan that I knew I could make that 100,000 turn into $3 million, then I'd take that 100,000. I would.
How much does it cost? How much does it cost to start a Starbucks or Chick-fil-A?
Don't take 100,000 to start a Chick-fil-A. I don't think.
Probably 200,000.
200,000.
I bet you.
Think so?
Yeah. Because what about a Starbucks?
Yeah.
What about a Starbucks? Because them folks be paying $10, $12 for a cup of coffee, but complaining $5 over gas, $5 a gallon for gas.
Interesting to find out.
Yeah. And so it's just there's a lot of different things out there. Let me go to Miss Annie. Miss Annie, what do you say? What do you do? You got $100,000 today or $3 million in 2 years?
I would get that probably on a letter and present it to the family and borrow money from them and let them know we all gonna have some money in 2 years. And I'm more than sure they'll come on board.
Yeah.
Boom. There it is.
Lord.
Answer.
Yeah.
I love that. I owe you.
Exactly. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
She hit the nail on the head. Get me a promissory note. That's all I need. And I can get anything from anybody I need. Just, hey, look, here it is. I'm gonna be good for it. Now, one thing about it, I thought about it is that if we don't know how to do anything else, is we know how to stretch things.
Yeah.
We know how to make it happen. We used to being without. You know what I mean? We can struggle for a minute. We can hang in there. Matter of fact, boy, a bologna sandwich, especially if you fry the bologna, it tastes real good. Put a little cheese on it, mayonnaise, and mustard.
Lord.
I don't know if anybody knows. See, I'd have to go back to old school. And Cornelius, I don't know if you probably the only one that know anything about Kush. Kush is you put some cornmeal in some oil and put a little water. If you don't have milk, stir it up and eat up till you get full.
Good Lord. I don't know about that, brother.
I'm just saying, I'm the last of 12 children. So we knew how to make it happen. So I think I could wait. Now, if I had to, what I would probably do is I'll try to find me an old fixer-upper house and go buy it. I know lumber is high, but I can fix some of that stuff myself. I'll flip that house, go get me another one, and flip it too. By 2 years, if I just had $100,000, I probably can get me a couple of million in 2 years.
Just by flipping them homes.
Yes, sir. They do it every day.
Okay. Let me see who I got here.
Hey, Raheem, may I chime in on something right quick?
Absolutely.
Please?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I was just thinking, and he said about that cook, man. Hey, back in the day, being from Detroit, man, we lived off welfare cheese and Spam, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Me and my mom used to put that together, man. You know, I don't know if y'all know about that big old block of hunk of cheese they used to sell back in the day.
Best grilled cheese and macaroni and cheese you can make with that cheese.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that welfare cheese, you can live for days off of that bad boy.
Kill some eggs.
Maybe you some grilled cheese sandwiches and everything.
I'm trying to tell you.
But no, what I was gonna say right quick was that with that $100,000, and I love what Miss Grace said as well, you know, too. But she mentioned for the $3 million, but education, you know, careers, you know, you can take that 100 G's and look into going to go back to school. You know, put some money in the bank and start and go back and get your education. Go back to school. I was just talking to my wife about this last night, man, about when I was living in Detroit before I moved down here to Georgia. I was going to school for criminal. I was getting ready to go back to school for criminal justice. I wanted to be a parole officer.
Yeah,
that was my thing that I really wanted to really look into, or a correctional and parole officers and correctional officers. I heard they make good money. You know, that where you could build on something that where eventually with that money, that nest egg you have, you could start your own parole office business.
Yeah.
You know, you could open up your own parole office. You know, when they come out and different things like that, bail bondsman, and all that stuff. It's different ways that you can do it when you get into the field. If you're trying to, but it's all about educating yourself on what and I think somebody else said this as well, because everybody, I love all the wisdom that was just coming across.
Yes, sir.
If you had to do a quick fix with the 100 G's, you want to have a plan in place to say, you know what, I want to do this to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, at the end of the day, I think, as we, like someone said earlier, I believe, I can't remember everybody's name, but the wisdom that was coming off was so strong.
Yes,
and
sir.
I love what was being said, where you got people that where I love what the sisters say about trying to take that money and share whatever. Hey, we got money coming later down the line. That was good, man, because you get people invested.
Exactly.
When they hear about more money coming in, you know what I'm saying? These are different all avenues that where if you're trying to make things happen, it will help you keep along the road, man. So it's so many different avenues in that, Raheem, man. But if I had to go a quick fix and go with the 100,000, I'll be looking to try to take that money and try to prepare myself to educate myself to go back to school to do something, to come up with a better plan to build business. Or also, you got people that go to what is it what's that person that do houses? What they call that?
Oh,
real estate.
Yeah.
Going into real estate. Because man, everybody, man, that's a big thing too, man. Real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how to get into real estate and go to school and educate yourself in that, man. You could buy houses and flip them. They selling them dirt cheap, especially in Detroit. They selling them dirt cheap, man. You can go over somewhere and flip that property, and before you know it, you'll be up educated and have big money just in real estate alone, man. So I just something that you could do with a quick fix and different things like that. So I just want to share. I love all the wisdom that was being said because it makes you think on a lot of different areas. So
exactly.
That's just my thing.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. We got somebody with us tonight. I'm shocked that this person came on Real Men Being Men. I'm shocked. Cassandra, did you dial the wrong number? Did you dial the wrong number?
No, some of my favorite people are on here tonight, and that's why I'm here. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Rosalind, Rico, Don Carlos, Donald Toussaint, and I don't know about you, Raheem, but anyway.
Boy, I feel a gut punch. Boy, I almost threw up that time. You hit me so hard in the gut. Hit me so hard in the gut, I almost threw up. Look, Cassandra, I'm gonna ask you the question: $100,000 cash today, or $3 million in 2 years? What you taking?
I'm going to take the 100,000. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I can buy a Starbucks, a Chick-fil-A, and one other franchise for 75,000 because they're like 25,000, some a little less, and start a franchise. With Chick-fil-A, you will make over $1 million the first year. Chick-fil-A kills it every day. We all know that. Starbucks kills it every day. So if you buy franchises for 25,000 to start, that's your start. That's your down money. So you're talking $75,000, and you can make $1 million off of each one of those major franchises a year. Think about that. So for me, and because I don't know what tomorrow holds, we might not be here in 2 years. We might not be here next year. You mess with Putin, you ain't gonna be here next week. So I will take mine now and run with it.
Exactly. And somewhat, Rico, how much you say it costs? You just looked it up. How much does it cost for a stop, not a Starbucks, but a Chick-fil-A?
From what I just seen,
No.
From what I just seen, they say it starts from $342,990 to $1,982,225 to open one, and that's including the franchise fee of $10,000.
Where's that at? Because I'm looking on. I just googled it, and
Yeah,
it
that's
said
what I just looked at
25,000.
Google. I just looked at Google. Now I think American Deli is like 25,000. I think you can open American Deli for like 25,000, but Chick-fil-A is starting at 342.
I got 25,000.
I get me a bunch of lawnmowers, now go to mowing yards.
You
know,
franchise it.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you what I do. If I had to take that $100,000, and y'all might look at me like I'm crazy, and I could be. My daughter, she's actually watching what about good. She don't like me calling it Nini. She don't like me calling it that's our name. But she said that there's a lot of different businesses, and I appreciate her watching tonight. But there's a lot of businesses that she would do with that money as well. I'm trying to go back to the comments so I can read some of the things that she said. But this one of the comments right here about the $100,000. Let me put that on the thing that I'm gonna go to Landon. What about all the businesses we can start with $100,000 to make way more than $3 million? That's one of the comments that my daughter, and like I said, I'm so proud that she's actually watching us tonight. Makes me feel good to have her there. Landon, unmute yourself, brother.
What's up? What's going on, fellas?
What's going on with you, Captain? We asking a question, man. We got 7 more minutes on this topic. We're gonna go to our next topic. You have a choice: $100,000 cash right now, or if you wait 2 years, you'll get $3 million. But you're in desperate need of money right now. So what you gonna do?
When you say desperate need, what does desperate need of money mean?
Man,
Because I can find a lot of different ways to make the money that I need to make to wait them 3 years to get that $3 million. What does desperate need mean? Is my daughter's life in danger? Is that what we mean by desperate need? Or I just gotta wait? I gotta eat a couple sandwiches and eat spaghetti for a week.
You trying to find 2 nickels to rub together to get a sandwich? You in that desperate need. You ain't
that's nothing. Like Mr. Donald said, I grab a lawnmower. I go pump some gas. I'm a hustler at heart. I know we talked. You know what I'm saying. I was talking about how I work at hotels and wear suits and do that stuff now, but it's nothing to always go back to the roots and get back to it and grind it out and do what I got, especially get a payday like that.
Exactly. Let me tell you what I would do. We got 60 minutes before we go to our next topic, and I would open up with $100,000. I'll open up a toilet paper company. I'll start my own toilet paper company and feminine products. I open those 2 companies right there and put them in all the stores and have it cheaper. Have my toilet paper cheaper than everybody, and have all my female products cheaper than everybody else's, and watch them fly off the shelf. Everybody, over half the population would need. Everybody need toilet paper. You show me somebody that don't need toilet paper, I show you a nasty joker. I'm just saying.
So you have people kind of saying like they would take the 100,000 instead of waiting 3 years to get me.
Yeah, it depends on circumstances. It depends on circumstances. Absolutely.
Yes.
But see, my thing is,
in my opinion, nah, I can't. It would seem. Like I said, it would have to be extremely dire, like life changing. Like again, like I said, my daughter's life is in danger. She needs something, and you know, only the $100,000 can get it, and we can't wait. Or you know, my mom, or even me, you know, something that's life changing. But again, if it's just come to me having to get down dirty and get with to get to work, to wash the cars, walking dogs, you know, whatever I got to do, then I absolutely can do that. You know, until I get a guaranteed $3 million.
Yeah,
like guaranteed, beyond a shadow of doubt, I'm getting this money.
Without a shadow of a doubt, that $3 million is coming to you in 2 years.
Oh, 2 years? Oh, yeah. You took a year off. That make it even better.
No, I said $3 million in 2 years.
$3 million in 2 years. Okay,
yeah. Anybody else have anything you want to add to this before we move to our last topic? Somebody talk to me.
Yeah, hey, Rob,
okay. I got
let me say this right quick.
Okay.
Let me say this right quick.
Okay.
You mentioned about the toilet paper, but what about the cost and demand, though, bro? Because sometimes the cost of demand, it may cost you more to buy it than to sell it. So you got to sell it at a higher price to get to because that's what's happening, man. So if you taking to running a business like that, you can't sell it that cheap because that's what people do, man. The cost and demand it may cost you the first unless you're gonna make your own toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? You got to buy the material, all that stuff to make the own toilet paper, to make the own feminine products. And you know, women are real picky about their feminine products. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna just put anything on their body. So that's what I'm saying. It's a cost and demand behind this stuff. You got to make sure that this stuff is, you know, people just not gonna do that. So you may have to pay more to get what you want. So you can't sell it cheap.
But
you follow what I'm saying?
I do, but with every product, with every major product that you got out there, there's another company that buy I'm not gonna necessarily say defective, but products that company won't put on the shelf, and you come in and you buy from them, and so you're pretty much selling the same thing, almost the same thing, but they're just, I guess a lot of people call them knockoffs. They're knockoffs. There are products that are like with clothing and stuff like that. You know, there's it could be a button that's off a little bit, and they'll sell it to. There's another company that sell those products to make some money on that product, and then you go out there and sell it for yourself and make more money. So what I would do, I'll go to somebody like what's a toilet paper company? Scott. I go to something like Scott toilet paper or something like that, and I say, look here, when you have y'all defective ones, you know, I'll buy all those from you. And I go into business for myself, put my own name on it. I call it on wipes, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to call it, and put those in different stores at a cheaper price. I'm buying the product. I'm buying the product from a major distributor or whatever you want to call it. I'm getting it at a very discounted price. I mark it up just a little bit and make it less than what they're paying. I'm selling off the shelf, man. Carlos, talk to me.
Well, I just want to make a comment about what you just said right here, right there. I don't think you want to sell a defective product. I mean, your product can be a little defective, irregular, you know,
just word
subpar. But anyway, you know, that's but I think one thing, either way we go with this, are y'all hearing echo or is that me? Hearing echo?
Okay. I'm not hearing on my end. Let me see.
Okay. Keep talking.
Yeah, I've been hearing echo. I heard an echo.
Yeah. Well, I was saying that either way we go with it, whether we do the 100,000 or wait for the 3 million, it's going to require some discipline and planning. Because if you get to 100,000, you can go through that in 2 weeks. If you don't have the right kind of discipline and planning, then once you got a discipline and plan to wait for the 3 million. So either way you go, it's going to require some discipline.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some strategic planning.
That's good. Anybody else have anything before we move on? We actually Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking that, and I think somebody got either their device on speaker or they got two devices going.
Mm-hmm. So everybody mute your line. Cause we get you.
That's
They
why
say they
they
get
got
feedback. Okay.
um but when you look at the times that we live in, restaurant is not doing too well because they can't get nobody to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you're ready to work yourself half to death, go into the restaurant business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of restaurants now, I don't know, in that area, they're hiring people with special needs because they can't get nobody else to work.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta think my money through. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Exactly. Exactly.
They also get paid by the government to hire people with special needs. A lot of people
Exactly.
don't know that. That's a write-off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rico, gonna start the next square off with you.
Ring.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you go on, let me say this. When I said 25,000 for a Starbucks and McDonald's and some of the others, that is like a down payment.
Mm-hmm.
To buy the full franchise is more, but you can take 25,000 as your down payment to get your store open.
Yeah.
So you're talking. I still say if you take 75,000, open up 3 different franchises, with the down payment, and they're gonna pay for themselves. Think about that. Chick-fil-A was killing it the whole time the pandemic been going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And several other franchises. So I just wanted to say that 25 to 30,000 down it will get you the franchise, and then you have to pay the full amount, which may be up to 400,000, 500, whatever.
Yeah.
Total.
Okay. And then you got and then for the life of the restaurant, don't you have to pay your franchise fees? The life of it?
Yes.
I think so too. Okay. Rico, what has bothered you most about this pandemic? What has bothered you most? Situations, circumstances. What has bothered you most about this whole pandemic?
I think what bothered me most is that so many people didn't want to take the precautions and slow down. When it first came out and they started shutting down, there was a little delay on shutting down the outputs and this and that, and then people were complaining about not being able to go get the nails done and go do the, have the recreational fun, go and do the extracurricular things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that sort of bothered me, that people were acting like they wasn't gonna be able to survive. And to me, honestly, man, I felt like it was a blessing. I mean, to look in the sky and not see a plane in the sky reminded me of what it looked like 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing to me, to actually look in the sky and not see nothing man-made flying around.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was awesome to ride through the streets and see so many, no traffic pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So it really bothered me to see people feel like they just wasn't going to be able to survive without being able to just get out here and do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Cassandra, what has bothered you most about this whole pandemic situation? What has bothered you the most?
Toilet paper.
Lord. Toilet paper.
Yep, trying to find toilet paper.
That's why I'm going to business. That's my business right there. See how much money I'm gonna make? All I do is keep the shelves stacked up, and I make all the money I can make right there because ain't nobody else have none. There you go.
Yeah, no. You know what? It didn't bother me as much as I thought it was at first, because I feel like it gave people time to sort of slow down and think through. A lot of businesses were birthed through the pandemic. A lot. I mean, people that I know were opening up, starting, and they're doing pretty good right now. Most of them are still doing pretty good. So I think it gave people a time to reflect and make some life-changing decisions.
That's good. Tucson, what has bothered you most about this pandemic?
sorry. You said what bothered me most. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. You want to got a different answer?
No.
Okay.
Toilet paper.
Lord. Tucson, what has bothered you most about this pandemic?
You know what bothers me, and I never did think about it until you asked the question, that people are really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I mean by like that, the pandemic exposed people across the board in every entity to who they really are.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't know people were really that selfish.
Come on. Come on. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and not only selfish, because I still can't figure out. I mentioned it. Why is it so hard to get people to work?
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about? We're still there. At everybody's job, there's people missing. And the selfishness of the corporate world is they just willing to do it with less people, but they want the same thing done.
Mm-hmm.
But even not only that, even from the White House to the church house, it has exposed people to who they really are. I didn't know people were like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are not as holy as they talk about.
Come on now. Come on.
And they're not dedicated to I'll trust in the Lord till I die, and they're not even dead, and you can't find them. They're not even sick.
Yeah.
So I mean, it exposed a lot of people, and that really that bothers me to know that people are like they are. We're selfish. We're just a pitiful society.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cornelius, what do you say to that? What has bothered you most about this whole pandemic? And do y'all still hear an echo? The echo gone?
No,
okay,
it's gone.
Good. Okay. Cornelius,
Yes, sir.
What has bothered you most about this pandemic?
Wow, several things. But I'm gonna keep it down to maybe a minimum. I'll keep it down to a minimum of a couple.
I thought you were about to say
tie
10.
it all in together since it's real short.
Mm-hmm.
I love what the brother had just said, man. It really shows people's faith and who they truly believe in, who report they're gonna believe. That's one of them. And the other one is so much division. It's caused a lot of what bothered me the most is the division part of it, especially when it comes down to the vaccine and all this other stuff. Like I told, I don't know if you remember this, we were back when this thing first hit, and when I was on Real Men Being Men a couple of years ago, I mentioned about how it's going to get to the point where they're going to almost try to force you to take the vaccine. And you remember when all that stuff started coming out, and I know I got chewed out by a couple of the guys, but you could see it coming. And all this stuff, and even in the church, man, we never shut down, man. Our church never shut down. We kept moving. I preached through the pandemic, and I prayed and I asked God. I said, God, you said I'm asking God in His Word. And these are my literal. I'm telling you personally, my literal prayers to God. I said, God, you said in Psalms 91, none of these things will come down my dwelling. God, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
When I hear my bishop got hit with the COVID, I heard our head intercessory prayer leader got hit with the COVID. These are the people, my first lady, my pastor got hit with the COVID. These are people that I know without a shadow of doubt love God, sold out to Him. And you know them personally.
Yeah, I sure do.
You know Bishop Bell. He sold out to God. But that brother said never. He's sitting at home sick as a dog. He said, he even told me he thought he was going to die. He said he really thought it was it for him. That's how bad he was. But he told us, don't shut the church down. Keep moving. So then I tell somebody that we never stopped moving, and they fussed at me. Why you going to church? Why you this? Why you that? And it hurt me. So I stopped talking to him for a whole year. Not personally, not holding up against them, but I stopped talking to them because I did not want them to come at me and to keep the peace, to come at me like, why you still going to church? So my biggest thing was it was division, because I'm telling you, I'm stepping out on faith. Out of all the stuff I done been through in my life, what you done heard some of my testimonies,
yes, sir.
some of the things I've been through, and all this stuff, man, I'm staying the course and trust and believe the word that God tells me. He is the author and the finisher of my faith. He wrote it, he gonna end it. So if I'm gonna die because of the pandemic, then so be it. But I'm pressing towards the mark, the call, the prize of the high calling, which is in Christ Jesus. So it's the division that caused it, and I just continue to walk by faith and not by sight. And that's the problem I had during this pandemic.
Amen.
And that's just my piece.
Good deal. Good deal. We're gonna circle around to everybody, but I wanna say something real quickly, man. This is a powerful night for me. Because I have my daughter. She's actually watching this. She's commenting, and my mom is on tonight, and my mom, she be in the bed at 8 o'clock, man. But she's up right now. She's watching her son, so I definitely appreciate the fact that she's there. Hey, mom, I love you. And I better say this too. Boot about love you too, baby. I better say that to you too, or you'll get on me. How you gonna tell that? Anyway, let's keep this thing going, man. This is good. This is good. Carlos.
Yes, sir.
This pandemic, brother. What about it has bothered you the absolute most? This whole situation that's going on.
The loss of lives, of friends and loved ones and acquaintances.
Yes.
On such a large scale. That really has hurt, regardless as the political, this, that, and the other. And I have to say, also, not just the loss of lives of friends, but of so many caregivers. I have a relative that's a doctor, and she went to some journal or something that they listed all the doctors that had passed away, all the nurses and other caregivers had passed away from the pandemic. And what hurt me so was that they had lost their life and been so sacrificial and given their lives, but how people disrespected that to me. If so many people dying and there is a cure, a partial cure even, to keep people from dying, how people would try to fight against that. And I understand the whole political thing, and people come from different political things, and people come from different spiritual things, all that. And and let's face it, wherever you are politically, wherever you are spiritually, or what's the word, theologically, that's where you are. You see what I'm saying? But I think that all that has been very hard. One of my friends that passed away, and I didn't even know until maybe 5-6 months later, from that. And so it just those things hurt. Everybody was hurt from it. I had it, and so some of you others have had too. And so it was rough. It really, really was rough. But that's how I feel about it. Without trying to can anybody about how they feel, what they did spiritually or didn't do spiritually, and how they appropriated what is spiritual and what is not, and all that there are different shades of that. And I would not dare attack anybody from where their shade is. But I think if there's something wrong and we have any kind of way to right it, and we can any kind of way to help see it made right, if we got something that's going to help people, keep them from dying, hey, jump on it. That's how I feel about it.
And we got to keep it rolling because he just froze up and went off.
He froze. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's on you, Don. Well, not Donald. You went already, didn't you?
So yeah. But But I was just finishing on what I little point right there I was saying. So I just think it behoove people to just hey, listen, if I can keep. Oh, and then I want to say also about the kids. I'm thinking about all the kids. Their little lives. You see what I'm saying? I would just do it just for the sake of But there's all different sides of all that.
I agree. I think probably the biggest thing what you and Donald both said to me, I'm sort of getting it was a lot of inconsideration and non-compassion. I didn't get it. I knew a few people that got it. One of my friends almost died from it, and then I knew other people that really did lose family members from it, and they didn't just lose one family member; they lost maybe 3 in 1 week, maybe 3 in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Back to back to back, multiple family members, and to see the videos of people coming around coughing on people on purpose. To see the people actually getting mad at the people that were wearing masks. I didn't get vaccinated, but to see people get mad at those that did get vaccinated, I mean, why would you get mad at somebody for actually taking a chance on themselves to protect themselves? So it was like, it was very baffling of how, to me, people could be very inconsiderate, and at the same time, they could try to impose their will on others. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't get on to me because I don't want to wear one. If anything, I'm looking at the people that's not wearing one, and I'm not saying anything to them. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking at them crazy. They looking at me crazy, but they actually got the attitude. I mean, you saw that, if that action going on a lot of videos of people being confronted for wearing masks. I thought that was very just chaotic to me.
And let me say this, I got to do this right here, man. My cousin in North Carolina, she just came on as well, man. Everybody visiting us tonight, y'all. We gotta they coming in the masses. Landon, I haven't heard from you, brother. What about this pandemic has bothered you the most?
My bad, man. I'm trying to stuff my face. I think the thing that, and I actually had, I thought I was gonna die. You know how it was,
Yeah.
brother. Rob.
Exactly.
My daughter had it. It scared me so bad, man. But the thing that really messed me up about it was how the world just kept moving. And I know I get it. It's we live in a capitalistic world and money running and stuff, but like Rico said, he was baffled. That really baffled me because I was like, it's common sense to just stop. Don't it just make sense to just stop everything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kept on saying, I remember talking to my fiance about it, with my ex-fiance. I kept on saying, like, it literally makes every sense in the world for everybody to just stop everything. School, work, everything just stop so it can stop spreading, obviously. And get the world's greatest minds together and fix this thing. I was like, why? That ain't that simple? I was like, no, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but like, ain't that just common sense? And that was really messing me up during the whole pandemic. And then also to see all of these amazing strides in technology, and them sending people. You don't even have to be an astronaut to go to space. They figured a way to do it. I was like, y'all figuring out all these ways to do everything else, but fix this thing. Like it was just crazy to me.
Absolutely. Rosalind, what about this pandemic has bothered you the most?
Not understanding, like, why are we still going through a pandemic and China isn't? Like, COVID has died down now, so probably September it'll come back. Just not understanding, like, the whole COVID thing. That's my theory on it. I'm just not understanding it.
Exactly. Miss Grace, what about this pandemic has bothered you? Has bothered you the most?
Disturbing family dynamics. People finding out about things that they didn't know before they were closed in about their own children and other members of the family, plus the fact that so many people who didn't want to get vaccinated have children, and they had to have their children vaccinated before they went to school. You never heard anybody protesting. They knew that they had to have those children vaccinated, and so they take them on out there. But then the pandemic comes, they don't want to take the COVID shots, and yet when they get it, they go to the hospital. I want a ventilator, please. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But keep me from dying. I want a ventilator. And the people who are trying to keep you alive killed themselves trying to keep you alive when you were most uncooperative. It just did not make sense. We didn't have to lose all of those people. I agree with what Brother said. The loss of people that we didn't have to lose. All you had to do was cooperate, and it would have been a lot better than it is right now. But the fact that they wouldn't, and yet they wanted to associate with you without protecting you by wearing a mask. And then you get it from them. Oh, listen, it just goes, it's a very, very sad thing.
Absolutely.
So the best to do is to cooperate and believe what those healthcare workers are telling you, and stop working them to death by trying to keep you here from being uncooperative. That's my take on it.
Good deal. Good deal. Miss Annie, what do you say about that? What about this whole pandemic situation has bothered you the most? Miss Annie?
I think she must be gone.
Okay. She's
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think not understanding it, just like the sister said.
Yes, ma'am.
And that they still don't have a cure for it because they haven't found anything for the babies that's 5 years old and under. And they still at risk. And they do live home with the parents who have gotten COVID, and some of those kids have gotten COVID too. So it's just not understanding, and there's so much death. And, like you said, not cooperating, knowing that people died and still dying.
Wow, that's good.
Because they said now that Barack Obama has it.
Yes, ma'am, he does. Yeah, they said yeah, I think yesterday, the day before yesterday, they made the announcement that he did. So yes, ma'am. Cassandra, what's on your heart, sis? Cassandra, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, what's on your heart?
Yeah, my thing was loss of life as well, because I'm going to tell you, as a minister, I don't think I've ever done that many funerals, homegoings, in my entire 30-something years in ministry. And it was people that I knew. It was their mamas, their children. I was like, literally, it almost depressed me. I was doing so many homegoings, so because of COVID. So people can say, well, you're just saying it's COVID. They were dying from. No, this was different. Anybody with any sense knows that this was not just like the flu or any. It was not. It was not, and it was devastating to the families. And I think that really hurt me the most, to know that we could have done something. People could have done things. And let me tell you right now, even though things have lightened up, guess what? You cannot be in my face without a mask.
Absolutely.
When we're on set, they're so strict. I love it. I love it. Put your mask up or go home.
Yep.
Because we have to protect each other.
Exactly. Well, y'all, I'm looking at the clock, and it's showing me that it's 9:54. So we're gonna go around right now, give everybody an opportunity to say what they want to say. Keep it brief in their closing, and then we're gonna pray out, and we're going to get out of here. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We're gonna start with the ladies. Rosalind, what would you like to say in your closing?
I enjoyed the talk tonight and look forward to getting on tomorrow. Everybody have a blessed night.
Likewise, you do the same, sis. Miss Annie?
Yes, it's always a blessing to be here with you guys, and I thank you for allowing me to be on, and everybody have a wonderful night.
Yes, ma'am. You do the same. Miss Grace?
Yes.
In your closing.
I'd simply like to say that I appreciated all the comments that was
Yes,
made
ma'am.
tonight, and I appreciate the fact that, excuse me, that people are leaning toward taking consideration of other people in all of the topics that we have discussed. I think it has been very enlightening for some people to say, hey, listen, I need to pay attention to this.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
most of all, take care of yourself and protect others. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Cassandra?
Well, thank you guys for allowing me to come on. I appreciate it. I especially thank Miss Grace and Rosalind and the other young lady on the line. It was great. I don't usually come on this show, but hearing you guys, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in on this. So blessings.
Please come back next week.
No, I'm coming back next week.
Landon?
Man, it's always a pleasure to be on with y'all. I know I got on a little late. Brother Rodney, I was telling you I was having some trouble finding a job. I actually found one. Well, God blessed me with one. God really been moving in my life a lot, man, in many different ways. You know, even though I'm going through my little I should say journey, my lesson that he's trying to teach me. But on the finance side, it's starting to look up, brother.
So basically, I'll come to you next week. Get me a loan, huh?
I ain't gonna say all of that. But I will say the prayers have been working, and I appreciate everybody that has been praying for me, man. You know, God working for me. I appreciate it for real.
Amen. Hey, I'm proud to hear that and glad to hear that, brother. But you know, you took a left turn on me when I asked for a loan. Though we'll have a conversation about that later. When you took a left turn on me quick. Exactly. Cornelius, in your closing, sir. Cornelius. Let me see, is he still there with us? Yeah, I think your brother he had to hang up. He's actually at work, so he may have to hang up. Carlos, in your closing, sir.
It's just a privilege to be here, and especially with people who don't mind being honest about how they feel. We thank you for the ladies who joined us tonight. Everybody who just kind of shared their heart. It's a great privilege to be in this kind of format with such great people.
Praise God. To God be the glory, brother. Toussaint, in your closing, sir.
I'm waiting for my. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you.
When you said your mom was on, the first thing that I did is I sat up straight and I stopped acting silly.
Lord. Yes, sir. And I appreciate it. Because Lord know we all know you could be something, bro. We all know that now.
It was good though. It was good. It was good. I said, you better calm down now, buddy. Mom's on. But great time tonight, man. Look, what I did want to say is here we are. I don't know what side of this pandemic we are on, but we are here. And we have to go forward, figuring this thing out on how we're going to operate together.
Yes, sir.
And not divided. And that's our problem. That's what I got to say.
Good deal. Rico?
Yeah, I'm right behind them, man. I mean, you know, we was talking earlier about convenient amnesia. And, you know, in this life, we go through so many things, especially in this day and time. We go through so many things back to back. If you're not careful, you'll forget about some stuff.
Absolutely.
Not only did, you know, we see that people can be rude and uncaring and incompassionate during the pandemic, but we also got to remember that the government didn't want to shut down because it wasn't good for business.
It
wasn't good for business. So a lot of people died just so business could thrive. And that's been a big story in this country for a long time of what's important. But we, as a people that are considered the ruled, we have to remember what comes first. That question you asked about 100,000 and 3 million, we have to remember sometimes tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Absolutely.
That 3 million might not be there where that 100,000 is there today. I might leave here a year from now. So 2 years from now, that 3 million won't be no good for nobody. So we gotta always keep keep everything in this proper perspective, and at the same time, let it stay. I mean, let it stay where it is. Make sure we value the right things.
Absolutely. It's right at 10 o'clock. So what I'm gonna do right now, Miss Grace, Miss,
Yes,
if you
yes.
don't if you don't mind, I want to trouble you to pray us out tonight. Can you pray us out?
You're not troubling. You're not troubling me. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Father God, thank you for this day. Most of all for yourself, for your mercies in giving us revelations that we're in our right minds, all of our senses work, and we can see, we can reason things. Thank you for the perspectives that we had tonight, and help us to really take these things to heart, to be serious about searching ourselves and talking with people about them and making the whole world better. Thank you that we live in a country where we can speak of you and Christianity in freedom and in peace. Freedom is not free. It takes a lot to defend this country, and we might be finding that out a lot sooner than we have realized. So we just pray that you would keep things at bay and keep them away from us, and that all will be well. We thank you for this opportunity, and we pray for safety, mercy, and favor for everybody on this broadcast. In Jesus' name we pray and give thanks. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Now I want to invite everybody, if you don't mind doing so, I want to invite everybody to join us on tomorrow. Join us tomorrow morning. We have a show that we do every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock, called The Morning Glow. And it's a special day on Wednesday. Rico, what's it called on Wednesday, brother?
I don't know if we could have a wild Wednesday because we had a tangy Tuesday tonight.
Yeah,
we will try to get a little wild, but
exactly.
I don't know if we get much wilder tonight though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so
way out Wednesday. Way out. Wednesday.
There you go. There you go, man. Look, boy, you butchered the name. Rico, how long you been with us on Real Men Being Men, brother?
Hey man, www.dko. All them W's messing me up, man.
Okay. We'll let you slide with that one. We'll let you slide with that one. Look, I want to thank everybody. It's now 10:02. I want to thank everybody for joining us, and more than that, thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and Real Men Being Men for being a part of your evening. It is now 10:02. You're about to exit Real Men Being Men. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Give an opportunity to give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a good thing? I'm trying to find something while I'm doing here. Let me see. Oh man, I'm trying to find my exit music while I'm talking to y'all at the same time. I'm multitasking. But like I said, if you get an opportunity to give somebody some love, you just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great night, and be blessed. Love you. Take care of each other, and be strong. Where's my exit at? Where's my exit? Right there. Boom, 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 boom.